Holy Crashmobile Batman, we crashed again. Hello DC100, sadly we crashed once more, so let's try again. Hopefully we will not crash this time. May as well repair while we're here. So I guess when I couldn't click to exit the mission, the safe house, that was pretty much the warning sign that I was about to crash. I don't know, but well, we had an update today, and usually when there's a new update in this Universe Online, for at least a couple of days, the game is a little unstable. Hope is very dangerous. I don't know when you guys were cut off. Essentially, I was trying to exit the safe house, and I could not exit because obviously I was about to crash. And somehow I did manage to exit after trying a couple of times. And then as soon as I appeared outside, the game crashed. And I know I've noticed that just before crashing, someone asked a question, but I wasn't quick enough to read it, so I guess you're gonna have to ask again. And sadly, whenever there's an update, that kind of thing is to be expected. The game gets really unstable whenever they make a change or they change anything or they make an update or anything like that. Uh, the game gets really unstable, at least for a few days. Sometimes they'll fix it pretty quick. Sometimes it'll take a bit longer to fix. Also, usually something that doesn't help is that, like one of the reasons I suppose why the game is unstable when there's a new update is that sometimes it will attract a bunch of players who hadn't been playing for quite a while. Like for example, when they had the bonus, the double marks of legend for legend matches. Well, a truckload of players who hadn't played in quite a while, came back to play. So the servers were pretty much overcrowded with players, and of course they had a hard time with that. You would think that after all this time they would figure out that whenever they do something like that, that the population would explode, so that it would add maybe a few servers, a few extra servers, but sadly, I guess they don't want to spend the money for that. Essentially, I made a Blue Lantern Superman, and what I did is that to fake out the Blue Lantern powers, essentially I'm using quantum powers. If you want, I'll load my Superman to show you in a bit. Oh yeah, the one-shot trinket. Okay, so I'll finish the Blue Lantern thing. So essentially, what I do is that I fake out the Blue Lantern powers using quantum powers. I wish I could say that I came up with that idea, but essentially there was this guy that I met in the Gotham Wasteland. That we fought the evil Raven together, and he had created a really good impersonation of what's his name? The main Blue Lantern guy. I should know his name, and I'm having a brain fart right now. Anyway, essentially so yeah, he had created a pretty good interpretation of that Blue Lantern. So I took his idea and I created a Blue Lantern Superman. But you could do the same with Batman. Essentially, you create a Batman that flies, and you give him quantum powers, and you'll have something that will look like oh, Saint Walker. That's it. I'm not sure why I forgot the name. Holy crap, is the guy still around? Oh, I'm flattered. He waited for me all this time. Ain't that sweet? Oh, let's go do something else. Oh, actually, as for the one-shot trinket, no, I didn't. I never got the one-shot trinket. Essentially, Meps gave it to players when he essentially sometimes Meps will summon like a big enemy or something that a whole small army of players will be needed to defeat. Oh yeah, that's my Galactus base. I almost forgot about that. And essentially, all the players who fought that big boss, I think it was in the open world. He gave them all a trinket, but I wasn't there when that happened. Essentially, I heard about it like an hour later or something. It was too late by then. So I'll show you essentially the Blue Lantern Superman. Yes, I have too many characters. I know. Oh, there we go. Of course, it's going to look much better when I have a Blue Lantern emblem from the time capsule. But until then, although the Superman emblem looks pretty neat too, if I say so myself. So essentially, you create your flying character with quantum powers, and you can sort of fake out being a Blue Lantern. And also, you have the awesome quantum tunneling, which allows you to teleport. So essentially, that's the way I fake out being a Blue Lantern. I've seen a few variations. I've seen players. There are players who, in order to create, let's say, a Blue Lantern or an Orange Lantern. Well, let's stick with Blue Lantern. The players will use the Green Lantern powers, but they will essentially customize their character to look like a Blue Lantern, and they'll pretend that they're actually Blue Lanterns, even though they're using the Green Lantern powers. At some point, I was almost tempted to create an Orange Lantern. I had made up a Lex Luthor that I want, and I give him Yellow Lantern powers, and I wanted to make him essentially an Orange Lantern. But I gave up on that idea. Essentially, I had way too many Lantern characters, I suppose. So I decided against that. Also, I already had two Yellow Lanterns. I thought the three was one too many. Even though, yes, technically it was a an Orange Lantern, but still. So let's play maybe one mission with our friend here. We never know. They keep on saying no, but honestly, we don't really know. So combat rating is 76. Oh yeah, it's the open world. Oh, let's go back there. Actually, let's get out here. A lot of players have been hoping for Blue Lantern powers. Sadly, there's no information about that. There's water power also. Essentially, there are players who are hoping that water power can be used to create a Blue Lantern character. But for that, we're gonna have to wait. Essentially, the Blue Lantern, the water power will only be released in 2017, so it will take a while. Yeah, I guess I could, but essentially, I have two Rage characters.